Live on YouTube now. And so it says that we are streaming. I see the stream has kind of started. Excellent. So it's Monday. We're just going to get back into the swing of things. Last week was really our first complete week of doing the Freshman's Daily live stream and Twitter Space. And we're excited to come back with our second week. Right now, we're starting Monday with a little challenge. There's a service that's called Alchemy. Alchemy is this API that allows for organizations and businesses and websites to check people's wallets to see the tokens that are in there, and it simplifies a lot of things. And they are down. Not sure what's going on. They haven't really sent any updates. But we tried connecting to the site this morning, and we're running into issues. Tried rolling back to a previous release that we knew had no issues, and we're unable to. So we've reached out to Alchemy, and we are waiting to hear back. We've messaged something. We've messaged something in their Discord, and it seems like everyone is getting the exact same issue that we are. And so, yeah, hopefully Alchemy hears that their API is down, and they're bringing down a lot of Web3 as a result of that. And as a result of that, I'm going to be making some engineering changes on our end so that we are not as reliant on them. We will still need to be reliant on them for the most part, but not knowing that there is a problem. They haven't actually admitted that there is a problem. There is no status update on their website, and not having like a clear solution or resolution of when it's going to be fixed. Those are things that just obviously make all of our lives a little more challenging. So we're gonna have to figure out a way around it. Increase. Oh, okay. So now they are investigating. They have just acknowledged as of literally a minute ago that there is an increase in 500 server-side errors, and that means that they're having an issue. They just acknowledged. So yeah, so we're gonna be dealing with this little fire drill, and I think we should probably add some sort of a note to our site. That actually is a really good thing. Okay, so this, again, like so the beginning of this show is usually us just kind of talking about what we have built and what we are building, and so this actually gives us a something really interesting to kind of think about from a user perspective. Is you come to our website and you aren't able to log in. Right now, we are talking about how annoying it is that Alchemy hasn't given us an update, and they just finally did. It took them over an hour, it seems, to recognize that there is an issue. But we need to have some sort of a banner or some communication to users on our end when we know that this is happening. And so, for instance, we know that this is going on right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and add an update to our product improvement ideas so that we add some sort of a banner note whenever there is a problem with Alchemy. So let's do that. Okay. Man, my computer just seems to be running slow today. I'm not sure.
Yeah, as weird as it is, so does mine.
And I mean, maybe Zoom is maybe Zoom's taking up a little bit more power from us from our computers today. Don't know what it is, but okay. So add a banner message when Alchemy goes down and people can't log in. So, Alchemy, if you hear us, please fix this. And I don't know what else to say. I Godspeed in doing it fast. And hopefully your postmortem afterwards helps you identify the root cause and helps you avoid that same mistake happening again. Because I can tell you right now, if I can find an alternative to you, I will be exploring that. Which I don't think anyone wants. So we're going to add a banner, and then we also need to make it so that we only check user wallet once a day. We don't need to really check your wallet like non-stop to make sure that you have the NFT, and that's currently what's going on right now. So we're gonna change that practice, and we'll make that an update at some point. Okay, so let me just do one last thing for this little alchemy. I'm just gonna call it a little mini disaster, because that's the way I look at it. But let's ping one of our engineers so that we can just let him know. They're investigating root cause, but it's on their end. We should only check user wallet for the token on login and once a day. That's it. I don't mind if users have access for a little longer than we'd like. And there we go.
Well, I got some good news.
Okay.
I got in.
Yay! Excellent. Yeah, you know, like now that they've acknowledged, like the funny thing with engineering stuff is that as soon as they acknowledge that there is a problem, it usually means that they're like pretty close to being able to solve it, or should be. So yeah, I am now able to log in as well. So that is that's nice. It's so silly. So silly. Okay, so let's we're going to talk today about a couple of the small changes that we have made to the website. And then we are going to just jump right in. We're going to do things slightly different today. Harrison is going to talk about a couple mints that are minting today, but he's also going to talk about mints for tomorrow. And that is going to hopefully give everyone a little bit of information that you guys are able to use for tomorrow. So that is that's the plan. And you know, I have not been using all of the features in Streamlabs that we have built in, or that we have set up and made ready to go for everybody. So yeah, you know, it wasn't. It was a good weekend for me. Spent some time with my parents. It was really nice, and was as I told them, it's going to be probably one of the last weekends that I spend with them. I during the pandemic moved. I'm about an hour away from them. They live in Temple. I'm in Austin, and I told them that I wanted to hang out with them for the weekend. Because I need to get heads down and make sure that we build all these really cool features so that we make July this really amazing month. And we're very close. We are going to be building in the next day or two. We are going to have a way to show all of our NFTs so that you can see everything that we have on our platform, not just the ones that are coming up. We're going to add... we're going to clean up the leaderboard a little bit. We're going to make it so that you can add things to a watch list, as well as note what you have an allow list for already. which that should be really, really cool stuff. We are going to add a raffles feed. So the same way that you have a calendar feed here, we're going to add a raffles feed. We are going to be taking a lot of the information that's in the nav bar, and we're going to be hiding it. We're going to put it behind basically your profile information. So you'll be able to click here and there will be some sort of a drop down. And that's where you're going to find like the adding NFT, the leaderboard, the Genesis NFT. And I think we'll probably keep this. You guys don't have access to this. This is what we use, what Harrison and I use for controlling the back end. And so it'll clean up top a little bit so that we can add the raffles, so that we can add all NFTs, and that way it's not too cluttered. Log out will also go in there. And that's just really what we're planning to do this week. On top of that, there are some sorts and filters that we want to add. That's coming very soon. We're also adding a way that when you upvote something, that you are voting not just for yourself, but also on behalf of all of the NFTs that you have in your wallet. And so we will be able to start using community sentiment at a very granular level for individual NFTs, which no one can do right now. No one is offering that feature. And it is going to be really useful for a lot of different NFT projects out there that are wanting to figure out what NFTs that are coming up, what mints are coming up that they should partner with, that they should get allow lists for their communities. They don't have a good way of knowing what you are interested in. And so we're going to create really the first tool for that. And then once we have that, hopefully we'll have that this week, maybe early next week. I'm going to start reaching out to NFT communities. I want to try to onboard 20 NFT communities, give them free premium access to the platform. So if you own one of those NFTs, you'll get free premium access. We're going to offer that through the end of September for 20 communities. And we're going to ask you to just, play with the platform. Use it to vote on NFTs. Use it to figure out what NFTs you want to partner with. Add your raffles so that everyone who is a part of your NFT community is easily able to access it, not just putting it in your Discord or in your Telegram or posting on Twitter. Put it in this platform, because we are going to have ways to alert people. We're going to have ways to send email notifications to the users, which you will be able to control in a settings area. And again, these are things that we're building very, very fast. We're building a whole lot. So those are some of the things to come. What we've just built in the last day or two, we launched this over the weekend, and these are some kind of small changes, but they're very, very important. At least some of them are for us from a marketing perspective. So now when you come to the website, you can easily get to our Twitter, our Discord, and our YouTube, which is where this live stream is happening. We've now added some little ads on the right-hand side where you can see the Freshman's Daily live stream. You can see a little information about that, as well as with the Genesis NFT. You can see, you have an easy access to going to the to mint the NFT or to learn more if you want to mint it. On top of that, this is a subtle change, but it is going to be really important, I think, from a marketing perspective. This is bored and dangerous. And so when we come to the page, right, before when you clicked on it, you had this really ugly thing in the URL, because that's the ID, right? We have this really long ID to keep each of the NFTs unique. And eventually that'll be, you'll be able to just search with the smart contract address. But for right now, we went ahead and we made a change so that it is pretty, so that you can actually copy this, paste it, send it to someone, and it will make sense. And so these are some small changes. We also just kind of cleaned up the nav bar so that it just, formatting looks a little nicer. And so these are some small changes. We did them over the weekend. Again, I was hanging out with my parents, so it was kind of pulling double duty. But we have those are some of the updates. and really excited to show you what we have coming up for the rest of the week. And so so that's it for what I have for the updates at the moment. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Harrison, who is going to just walk you through the mints that we have today and tomorrow. And then he'll wrap it up with the insights report. And then in the next day or two, we're going to start talking about raffles. We're going to start sharing on the show raffles that we've added to the platform. Actually, we may wait until the end of the week when we actually have a raffles dashboard to be able to show you what that looks like. So there's, like I said, a lot of exciting things coming down the pipeline, and we look forward to kind of sharing more with you.
Yeah, awesome.
So Harrison,
let's move into the mints.
So Harrison,
so
Perfect.
we got a few exciting things coming today. Kind of like a whole variety of different things. One of the first things I want to kind of mention is the Milady Maker airdrop, or it's not an airdrop, but it's like a generative drop for holders already. So if you hold the NFT, there's a new drop coming today. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you're one of those holders. But as Elliot kind of mentioned, one of the big mints that's coming today is Bored and Dangerous. This has kind of been hyped up for a long time. They're building a lot of unique things. They have a full-on lore around their Bored Ape characters and the class of assets they've kind of accumulated over times. So there's a lot going on here. On the surface, it's a book, but below there's so much more. Is exactly how they kind of describe it. I think that's a perfect way of really saying it. There's a million different types of holder benefits, include token-gated content, access to future NFTs, staking for DAO tokens, and even future NFT access based on your staking. So you can stake for a token you can use to buy a mint pass, basically, to mint the next collection of NFTs. So the ecosystem just continues to grow onwards and onwards. Yeah, for sure. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, of course. We're good to go now? Yeah. Okay, sweet. So let's start off talking about the Milady Maker generative drop. A tweet came out a few days ago. I want to say it was like the 8th or something like that. And it literally said, surprise, a snapshot of all Milady holding wallets has been taken. So it's a free mint if you're one of those holders already. But if you're outside that, that's really not something you should be super interested in. But if you are one of those holders, make sure you get that mint today because it's coming and it's a free generative drop. Next, kind of as Elliot mentioned, we have Bored and Dangerous. Bored and Dangerous is a huge project. Jenkins the Valet is one of the most recognizable names in the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and he's been crafting this ape identity along with a bunch of other assets for a long time. So now he's accumulated all these assets and built a really unique product that includes an actual token gated book, but also way more, including tokens, staking, future NFTs, and a bunch of other cool things. This is a huge project and definitely one that everyone should be kind of on the lookout for. Let's next kind of move to BF Party. BF Party is a series of unique multiplayer games that allow players to play and earn cosmetics on the ETH chain. Priced at 0.2 ETH with a supply of 8888. This is another pretty big and hyped up project. They have a game, token, and a bunch of unique art that makes them kind of different from the rest of the projects coming out right now. Next, I want to kind of move down to Bohemia Fabulosa. This is a Solana project. The Fabulosas are created from Bohemia's artist Gringo Grass. They've had a few earlier collections that have already come out on Solana, and now this is their newest one. This is actually minting tomorrow, but it's a pretty hyped up Solana project. So if you're really interested in Solana mints, this is definitely something worth checking out. Their public price is a little bit higher than the allow list, but both have access to the NFTs, so definitely make sure to check it out. This is a Solana project you're interested in. Next, let's move to the second page. Talking about another thing that's coming out soon, I want to bring us to Multiversal Walkers. This is one we had an insight report on a few weeks ago, but Multiversal Walkers is an art-based project. This is one of those 3D animated projects where each one has walking cycles, and the art is more than just a picture. It's an animation, it's a GIF, and a lot of times these become profile pictures, even though they're hard to use as an image, but they become really unique and cool things because there's a million different things you can do with them. This is an art-based project driven by motion and animation. The mint price is high, but if this is something you're interested in, this is definitely a cool collection to check out. Next, I want to bring us to Black is Beautiful. Black is Beautiful has some of the most unique art I've ever seen. It kind of styles like World of Women, but in my opinion, it's way cooler. There's a super high mint price of 0.5 ETH with a max of 2 per wallet and a supply of 1,000. So the little supply kind of makes it up for the high mint price. But if this is art that you're interested in and a project that really tells a unique story, then you should totally check it out as well. And the last, I kind of want to bring us to a few days in advance and talk about Kingship. Kingship is a massive project. Universal Music Group is one of the top recording studios and top music conglomerates, if you will, in the world. And so they have a bunch of Bored Ape assets, a bunch of Mutant Ape assets, and Universal Music Group's now creating a collection of 10,000 key cards to access token gated content, community, and way more using these assets. So this is a super backed project. There's a lot of finances already going into it. There's a lot of hype behind it. And because it's such a big name project with a lot of big assets, it's definitely something cool to check out. So in a weird way, this kind of has the similar idea of Jenkins the Valet. They're both using these owned assets to create more intellectual property and further expand the Bored Ape ecosystem. So there's a bunch of interesting projects to check out, a bunch kind of whatever you're feeling and whatever your style may be. So these are the next few days. I'm sure there'll be a bunch more to talk about as those days progress. And then let's kind of jump over to the insight report from there. Today's tweet went out at 9:15. You can see it pinned to the Twitter space. And we're talking about Humankind. Humankind is an art project by Pablo Stanley. He's the artist who created Robotos. He's a really big artist in the NFT space. And not very much is known about this project. But because it's such a big artist and they have such unique art, this is totally a spot you want to get in early if you can now. So Humankind, their description is stay human, be kind, and it's an upcoming art project by Pablo Stanley. So Stanley's earlier connection really pioneered some unique NFT mechanics. They were one of the first to introduce changing NFT traits individually, and they had airdrops way before airdrops were the normal. So because of these unique things, it's definitely a project worth getting to check out. There's things that he's done for his past projects, such as a bunch of virtual and IRL community events, a bunch of airdrops and stuff like that. So that's kind of the same thing that we're expecting with this sort of project as well. There's a lot of cool things in the roadmap, but not very much is known. So it's more expectations than reality. So definitely stay tuned for more information as this continues to grow. But with such a strong community behind the artist, such a strong community behind his earlier projects, we kind of expect that Humankind will have that similar sort of following. And they've kind of already amassed that on Twitter and stuff like that. So the main dislike we have is there's not enough information is known. We needed to find out more before we can be clear on our analysis or what we think about this project. But we're definitely interested in staying tuned because it's a big project from a big artist. So yeah, there's a few minutes coming up today, a few minutes coming up tomorrow, and a little preview in the future. And that was Humankind by Pablo Stanley.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, Harrison, I think that was it was a good rundown. Thanks for walking us through it. We've seen, we have a few upcoming mints that we have in the platform that we just highlighted. And every day we're going to go ahead and that's what we're going to start doing, right? We're not just going to just focus on what's minting today. We're going to focus on, the next couple days. One thing that, just as a reminder, right, it's a great thing for you guys to put some votes in the platform. And that way we kind of know, what people are most excited about and we can start sharing that. It makes it a little, that's really the goal here, right? We want to be able to start taking wider community sentiment, not just these things that are isolated to individual tweets or individual communities or individual conversations. And we want to surface all that information so that it's a little easier for people to be able to discover NFTs and to figure out, what are the ones that they want to be able to mint. By all means, give us feedback on the platform, give it a shot, let us know how we're doing. And with that, I think that's all we got for today's live stream. Sorry, Harrison, didn't mean to cut you off.
No problem. That's a parting reminder. I want to remind everyone that your engagement, your voting on the platform can also earn you tons of unique rewards and access to the platform even more. So definitely try and stay engaged, try and be involved, and there's great rewards for doing so.
Yeah. And also, don't forget, add NFTs, right? Especially if you're an NFT project. Make sure that you're listed within our platform. We're gonna start because now we have these pretty links. We're gonna start sharing a little bit more, and start getting to a place where as soon as we add things to the platform, we're gonna start tweeting about it. and give you more of an opportunity to get people excited, have them come to a single place where they can find all the information, and we try to help you tell your story. That's one of the challenges for the NFT creators, that you are doing so many different things. We want to be a place where we kind of take that burden off of you. That you still are having people go to your website, go to your Twitter, go to your Discord. That's extremely important. But now you're able to get some more feedback, and you're able to get when people give you positive reviews, when they give good information, when they help others, right? That it's not, again, just isolated to these individual tweets. We want to have a way where those tweets can get surfaced, where those video reviews can get surfaced to a single location. So we have a lot more features that we're going to be rolling out in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, just stay on the lookout for that. And with that, thanks everyone. Have a good Monday. Happy minting, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Yep.